Hello everyone. So we are going to discuss our project that is for garment worker productivity. We have taken the data set from Kaggle website, that is a data analysis website. So first of all, we are performing EDA, that is exploratory data analysis. Then we will be performing data visualization. Then we will be training some machine learning models. So let us start from exploratory data analysis. In the first step, we are importing pandas library and numpy library. Pandas library is basically for reading the data set and manipulating it. Numpy library is for providing the mathematical calculations. So first of all, we are reading our data set using read CSV function, and we are storing our data set in the df variable. We are printing the df variable that you can see over here. These are the dimensions of the data frame. 1197 rows and 15 columns. Next, we have used info function. This is the function of a data frame. DF is the data frame, and we are using info function to print the non-null count and the data type of each column. So you can see that in date column, there are 1197 non-null values, and this is the object data type. In this way, you can see that overtime column is of integer data type and so on. Next, we are using shape variable we are printing. You can see that the shape of data frame is 1197 rows and 15 columns. This is same as that we got over here, right? So yeah, next is the describe function. This is also a property of data frame. This function mainly presents the statistical parameters of all the numerical columns. So for example, you can see that number of workers is a numerical column. So count is 1197. Count is the row count actually. Mean of this column was 34.609. Standard deviation, then minimum value, max 25th, 50th and 75th quartile ranges are also printed. Next is the maximum value of this column. So these are the statistical parameters. Next, we have used next function, that is null followed by sum. This prints the null count of each column. So for example, we can say that date column has 0 null values. Quarter has 0 null values. I mean, there is no null value in this particular column. WIP has 506 null values. So this is the basic data exploratory analysis that we have done using pandas. Next, we have data visualization. In data visualization, we have used Seaborn's library and Matplotlib library. These are the most popular library of Python in terms of data visualization. So first of all, we are using heat map function, which resides under SNS, that is Seaborn. We are using def.codevelop, which is the correlation matrix, and CMap presents the color, that is the red. We have used the theme as red. We can use it as a blue or anything. So this is the heat map. Next, we are plotting the bar plot. Bar plot function also resides in the Seaborn library. Data we have passed as DF, that is the data of our data frame that we have read from the CSV file itself. On x-axis, we have taken the department. So you can see that fishing department, sewing department. Next, we have on the y-axis, we have taken incentives so that you can see. Color we have taken dark blue. So we can take any color, we can take anything on x and y axis and we can generate the plot. This is the box plot. We have used box plot function for this particular visualization. Box plot function mainly depicts the outliers in the data. So we have rotated the x-axis labels by 90 degrees so that they do not overlap each other and they are readable. Title we have provided as box plot. Next, we have presented count plot of the data frame. So we have used count plot function, which also resides in the cmon library. On x-axis, we have taken departments. So you can see that finishing, and sewing, right? Next, we have a hue. Hue means how we are going to divide each of the department, each of the value that are taken on the x-axis, how we are going to divide that. So we are going to divide that in terms of quarter. So we have taken the quarter column. This column was also present in our data frame, and data is the data frame itself. Next, we have presented the pie chart. So we have taken the departments column. Value counts basically count the number of rows for each department. For example, there are 1,000 rows for sewing and there are 200 rows for finishing. So it will plot in that way. So to consider the numerical context, we have taken the value counts. And lastly, we have used plot.py. So we have not used cmon library in this particular pie chart. We have simply used the properties of a data frame to generate this. There are multiple ways of generating uh, pie charts. So you can use cmon library if you want. Next is the machine learning part. So if we talk about machine learning, we have used three models in this particular notebook. Let us see them. First of all, we are dropping the irrelevant column of our data frame. That is date. So this column is not required for training and testing the model. Then we are performing label encoding. We are using sklearn library for all the processing of machine learning. Label encoding is done mainly because we need to present our data frame in the numerical terms instead of the string. You can see that earlier our data was in the string format, like quarter one, sewing, Thursday. You can see in a string values. So these are not required for, these are not supported by the machine learning models. So for that purpose, we are making it in the numerical terms, right? So this is the function of label encoding. Next, we are importing the libraries. So first of all, we are importing test train split. Then we are importing classification matrix, confusion matrix, accuracy score from sklearn.matrix package. We are considering target variable and the dependent variable in this step, in this cell. So we have taken number of tile change as the target variable, and the variables other than number of style change, they are considered as the independent variable. That is the that we have used in the x variable. Drop function is mainly used to drop this column. So this line mainly depicts that from data frame, you need to drop this column and the remaining data frame will be stored in the x variable. So this is it. Lastly, we are defining four functions: x train, x test, y train, y test, and we are using test train test split function that we have imported over here. We are passing x, y, and test size. So test size is basically 20. So which means that our data would be split in the terms of 80% and 20%. 80% data would be the trained data that will train the model, and 20% data would be test data, which will be used to test the accuracy of models. So this is it. Now let's have a look on our first machine learning model, that is random forest classifier. We are importing a random forest classifier from sklearn.assembler package, and we are instantiating the variable of this model. Next, we are fitting our model with train data, X train and Y train both. Uh, so at this moment of time, we have trained our model. Our model is prepared, right? Now we are using predict function and we are passing X test, that is the test data. That was a 20% data that was separated out in this step. Okay. So When we are testing our model using predict function, we are now then in the third line, we are printing the accuracy. We're calculating the accuracy up to 2 decimal places, and we are printing it in the last step. So our accuracy is 95.42%. So we can say that our model is very pretty much good to use, right? And next uh, we have generated the confusion matrix. So what is confusion matrix? What is everything? This you can go for the documentation, or you can go to the any online website to have a look on the terms, what does they mean and everything. For coding perspective, I can explain you. We have used confusion matrix function, and we have passed labels and predictions. Predictions is the predict function that we have used. The output of that is considered as the prediction. Lastly, we are using heat map to generate the confusion matrix in the pictorial format. You can also save this image. I mean, you can also save this image as a PNG file or a JPG file, anything. So all the images generated are capable of saving. We have used CMap. That is, we have used CMap blues, which means we have provided blue as a theme. We have applied labels, X-tick labels and Y-tick labels. If we miss these particular parameters, then there will be no label on X-axis and Y-axis, and you won't understand what is true positive, what is true negative, right? Next, we have decision tree classifier, and lastly, we will be having logistic regression. So that's all about our machine learning models. And in this way, we have completed the garment worker productivity notebook and analysis. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.